might have heard something big is happening in the Lee Summit R-7 school district. It's not the roar of the crowd cheering on our students, or the smiles on kids' faces when they open their district Chromebooks for the first time. It's a $224 million no tax rate increase bond issue that voters will see on the April 7th, 2020 ballot. An opportunity to reinvest in infrastructure and provide innovative learning environments for students, from our youngest learners to our district high schoolers. The work that led to the recommended bond issue projects began in fall 2018 when LSR-7 began a collaborative process to examine the district's future.
12 evenings of engagement, administrators and staff meeting with families to really get feedback and input on not only short-term solutions such as boundaries, but long-range options that would impact instructional facilities and programs.
This January, the Board of Education approved a bond issue to fund 7 projects that impact the future of LSR-7.
A new 4th middle school.
An addition and renovation for Lee Summit High School.
Renovations at our 3 existing middle schools.
A renovation and addition to Mason Elementary.
A second early childhood center at Prairie View Elementary.
Stadium improvements at all LSR-7 high schools.
A softball and baseball complex for Lee Summit High School.
And additional safety and security upgrades for all our 7 schools.
Bond issues are tools districts use to pay for long-term capital projects, such as new schools, building renovations, and maintenance. Bond funds cannot be used for other school expenses or outside of the projects they are approved for. This bond issue, like LSR-7's last several bond issues, is a no tax rate increase bond issue. No tax rate increase bond issues help districts pay for long-term facility goals without any immediate impact on property taxes. LSR-7 leaders have said the bond issue will help the district address safety, parity, capacity, and facility needs, in addition to incorporating future-ready design.
Well, we know, based on our demographer information, that we're expected to grow by approximately 1,500 students over the next 10 years. That was really not the driving force for this bond issue.
Well, in Lee Summit School District, we have a mission to prepare each student for their future. And we want to ensure that there's parity in our school programming, in the activities, the enrichment, in the extracurricular activities, the classrooms.
We're really looking at creating future-ready learning spaces, ensuring equity across the district, making sure that some of our older buildings are up to and on par with our newer facilities, and just making sure that every student in Lee Summit has a great place to learn.
Middle school, to me, is like what every person goes through to become who they are.
A place where you can explore.
A place that I can build relationships with people I've never met.
When thinking about what middle school means, I think of 3 different words. I think of friendship, I think of transition, and then I think of exploration.
The level of thought that they bring challenges us as adults to kind of see things through their eyes and make this an experience that truly is going to be memorable for them moving forward.
They're coming from a very structured environment in elementary, and then they come here, we give them a little more freedom, and they get to experience that.
School board members approved a plan this fall to move 6th grade to middle school starting in 2022. The plan requires a 4th middle school. The transition would provide new extracurricular and academic opportunities for 6th graders and create space for additional elementary programming.
If you remove a whole grade level from an elementary school, you're going to have more space. I'm going to have more classrooms. It also allows us more flexibility on the playground where we have recesses, specials classes themselves. Like, it's really going to impact the schedule overall.
It gives 6th graders an exposure to an expanded exploratory wheel they may not have access to in elementary school right now. Additionally, there's exposure to application-based, skill-based programs. And then finally, I think there's some opportunity for 6th graders to experience more specialized programs, specialized instruction, especially within our core areas.
I think it's important to recognize the age of Lee Summit High School and the sprawling nature of our campus. And so when you look at trying to meet student needs, condensing the campus, renovating some older spaces, bringing in new technology, those things are all really important.
Upgrades at Lee Summit High School, LSR-7's original high school, would put its learning environment at parity with our other 2 high schools. The project includes renovations and additions that would improve and expand connections between buildings, update aging infrastructure, provide new future-ready learning spaces, and make the campus overall safer for students.
There are many people who have ties to Lee Summit High School, and the history here is an important part of who we are. We want to make sure that we are honoring that history. We also want to make sure that we are embracing our motto of tradition, pride, and excellence by honoring what has been, but also moving our students forward.
What's unique about the middle school environment? Oh my gosh, what's not to love about middle school?
The district's 6th grade to middle school transition also requires renovations at our 3 existing middle schools: Pleasant Lee Middle School, Bernard Campbell Middle School, and Summit Lakes Middle School. The renovations will help prepare the district's 3 existing middle schools to welcome 6th graders in the 2022-23 school year.
I love being a middle school administrator because I get to energize the kids when they walk through the door. When they come through the doors here at Pleasant Lee Middle School, I'm greeting them because I want them to know that we care and we take pride in what we do with each and every student.
First and foremost, kind of the obvious, we are growing.
A Mason Elementary project would address enrollment growth in the district's northeast quadrant by implementing a 4-section school prototype at Mason. The school currently accommodates 6th grade in mobile units and is expected to experience more growth. Plans call for renovations and an addition, including a new entryway.
We move around a lot. Every year we usually move to a different elementary building. And right now we just found out we're moving again.
The Great Beginnings Early Education Center is at capacity, and the district is proposing renovating the north wing of Prairie View Elementary into the district's 2nd Early Education Center. The 2nd Early Education Center would house the district's satellite programs and expand the number of early learners the district can serve.
If we were housed at Prairie View, we would be there together. We could have a library that is appropriate for 3 and 4-year-olds. We would have a playground. We would have movement throughout the building that is appropriate for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds.
The 6th key project includes a baseball-softball complex for Lee Summit High School so that student athletes can practice, play, and learn at a complex similar to their peers. This item also covers turf replacements and track resurfacing for all LSR-7 high schools.
Both of those components were installed about 10 years ago in the 2010 bond issue, and so they're at end of life.
Also included stadium improvements for LSR-7 high schools. All of these athletic and activity facility upgrades would address safety and infrastructure improvements needed to support those who use LSR-7's stadium facilities.
As a Lee Summit West drum major musician, you might picture me here, but you'll also find me here, conducting the Titan Pride March.
While the broad scope of the bond package addresses safety, a specific $3 million item would cover surveillance cameras, access control, and keying upgrades at all LSR-7 schools, and provide playground fencing at some school sites. This is an additional safety item in a bond issue in which safety is a top priority.
My favorite part here in this building as a school resource officer is building relationships with our students. It takes a lot of hard work because they come from diverse backgrounds and come from all over the city. To poke my head into a classroom or walk kids to class and talk about issues that may happen in their lives, or maybe have school issues, sports and activities. Building relationships is probably my favorite.
Have questions about the process that informed the bond issue? We encourage anyone who wants to learn more about LSR-7's no tax rate increase bond issue to visit lsr7.org/bond. And as you consider the impact of the no tax rate increase bond issue, mark Tuesday, April 7th, 2020 on your calendar. Again, visit lsr7.org/bond for more information.